of South Central Michigan. We have Ebony Young, and from the Jackson Chamber of Commerce, Amanda Loveland. Welcome. Nice to see you both.
Nice to see you.
So you two, you're teaming up with a couple other outfits for a special event.
Yes. So JobSTAR is hosting an informational luncheon on September 20th to just give information about the program and talk to potentially interested companies.
So it's United Way, it's the Chamber.
Yeah, we're doing our best to invite people. Also, JAMA is inviting, obviously because it's for the manufacturers. Any company is invited, but this specific one, Ebony and the United Way team has invited manufacturers who utilize the JobSTAR program to talk about their experience, explain how it's positively affected their company and their employees, and be able to answer any questions that people have so they know if it's worth the investment, if they want to try it, if they want to dive in, what benefits they might have. So.
Well, cool. I know we've talked about JobSTAR on the show before. In fact, you've told us about industrial steel treating in particular, about how they've been able to use JobSTAR to help some people that work actually there at IST. Mm-hmm. So without giving away the whole program at the luncheon, can you give us a little sketch of what JobSTAR is?
Yeah, so JobSTAR is a business resource network. It started about 5 years ago. It's really a benefit that employers have for their employees to help them overcome any barriers they're facing at work. Mm-hmm. So whether it's transportation or anything, we have success coaches that go in on site and meet one-on-one with employees to help them solve their issues. Nice.
And I think you were telling me about Doug Scott.
Yes.
The IST HR guy. There's people working there that if it weren't for JobSTAR, they wouldn't be able to get to work or stuff like that, right?
Whether it's getting to work or navigating government programs, things that the HR department just generally does not either have time for or just they don't have the expertise in. And so the JobSTAR coaches are on site helping the employees with things that they might not come talk to HR about. Mm-hmm. They might just not be able to show up to work tomorrow and not say anything. There's someone there to talk to them about it. There's someone there to help them navigate programs so then they're not having to miss work for that. And also making sure that they have access to resources that they might not otherwise know about. And the HR probably doesn't know anything about either because it's just not what you do as an HR rep. So it's a great program that's helping people stay employed and helping our employers keep their great employees. So we love the program. We hope that more people come to the luncheon. Lots of people come to the luncheon and learn about it.
Yeah, and I can see where an HR person might be hesitant to hire someone if they don't have a car or they don't have an apartment or they don't have this or they don't have that. Is that who you're looking to talk to employers about maybe being able to expand their applicant pool through JobSTAR?
I think it definitely could help expand because an employee who knows that if they come to work at a business that has this additional support for them, it's really just going to set them up for potential success. Knowing that if they have something come up at any given time, they can have a confidential one-on-one conversation with a supportive success coach and won't have to be stressed about, like Amanda said, going to that HR person who, of course, that's not usually who you'd want to confess some of those.
Or I think one of the stories from the success coach at the last meeting too was about childcare. All of a sudden popped up was an issue for a week or two. There was going to be a temporary problem that caused the parent to not be able to come to work. They were able to have the conversation with the success coach, get the resources and the connections they need to create a solution to that problem, and so that it created a minimal effect to their job, and also made sure that they didn't quit or get fired during that time because there was just no communication about it and there was no solution. So there's a lot of different solutions or a lot of different issues that pop up every single day at work that, like I said, if we expect an HR representative to be the only one helping them through it, it's just way too much, and we lose employees because of it. So the JobSTAR program is helping retain them and gain them, which is awesome.
So are people afraid of their HR? Are they
God, I hope. Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm not afraid of Kelly. But I also think it would be unfair to assume like my HR rep knows every single resource available at all times in government agencies and in state programming or anything like that. It'd be unfair for her to keep up with that and do the remainder of her work.
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
So if you were to be a JobSTAR company, does it cost the company?
It does. There are two costs. On the low end, $7,500, and on the higher end, $15,000, and that is for a year of membership.
And you have people physically that will go into the manufacturer and they'll...
Yep, we have success coaches. They are very, very accessible. They are on site. They can be reached by phone, email, text, anything. They're flexible to meet with the employees.
And I just want to make the point too that yes, that cost, let's say the $7,500 cost for an entire year to be part of it, it costs more than twice that to replace one full-time employee at a minimum pay, if they were getting paid the minimum wage. So you're saving money by retaining your employees if you invest in JobSTAR. So there is a cost, but it's minimal. If not, you make it back.
So you've given us some examples of areas that JobSTAR coaches will help. Can you think back to something that's some specific person where a JobSTAR coach has been able to rescue that employee and keep them in their job?
Yeah, they share monthly stories.
Monthly stories. The child care solution, Amanda just mentioned, there's been times where their house, they were about to be evicted immediately, needed to find somewhere to go, and the coach, being well versed in like community resources, is able to quickly step in and help them find a solution so that they don't have to sleep out of their car or couch surf. So the coaches are very, very helpful in getting them connected to the resources.
Now, as you add companies, do you then add people? Do you have to add more JobSTAR coaches?
Yeah, we do. We currently have 2 coaches, and we actually are in the process of getting a third one onboarded, just because we are planning to launch another cohort of nonprofit companies. So, like you said, the more companies we have, we don't want to have our coaches stretched too thin to support the companies.
And you're targeting right now specifically manufacturers?
That is who it's for, but anybody is open to attend.
Yeah, so there's some healthcare companies, manufacturing companies. So it serves many different companies, but this particular luncheon is going to have manufacturers present to answer questions about how it's affected them. So it's ideal for manufacturers to attend because it's the most relevant. But I was just talking to Ebony that there was a nonprofit who had questions and they were interested. Could they come? Absolutely, they can come. It's just there's not a nonprofit speaker there. At that particular luncheon, we'll have to connect them if they have questions after.
So let's go through the details of the lunch. And it's lunch.
It is lunch.
And it's free.
It is free.
Free lunch.
Look at that.
And it's when?
September 20th, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30, and that'll be at Christoph's and Sons Community Room.
So that's 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah. And they can RSVP to you, I believe.
Yes,
Okay.
RSVP to me, ideally by tomorrow, actually. But if it's past then, totally fine.
Okay.
All right. And deadline? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Get that reservation in for JobSTAR. Good to see you both.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks, Bart.
A special event for JobSTAR. Thanks to the Jackson Chambers, Amanda Loveland, and United Way's Benny Young. Up next, preview of